Welcome to another episode of the Jug Life Podcast. Today we are in Melbourne, Australia, joined by Australian national record holders, 75 kilo class national record holder, Critta, I already forgot how to say it, Stamatiou.
That's good.
Yeah, and 90 kilo national record holder, Team CWS, Alex Deken. We're here at PTC South Melbourne, where Alex is a coach, and both of these gentlemen are going to be competing tomorrow at Pro 10, PRX, at the Arnold, Australia. So we want to talk to them about powerlifting the powerlifting culture in Australia. I've been here. This is my 5th time here. Competed here 4 times, and keep coming back because it's fantastic meets and it's just a great atmosphere and great environment for powerlifting, I think. So I want to hear what you guys think makes Australian powerlifting great. Some of your opinions as a bit of outsiders on American powerlifting, and just kind of things to watch out for, lifters to watch for in Australian powerlifting. So today's podcast is brought to you by Sick Fucking Cunts and Deadlift PR Grunts. It's a lifestyle, and that actually takes me into our first and possibly most important topic, and that is Australian slang. We're going to need an analysis of some Australian slang. So, Critta, what is your favorite compliment you can give to someone in the most Australian language possible?
I think this is our most favourite compliment, calling you a sick cunt.
Sick fucking cunt. Yeah. So we have a sick fucking cunt, which is a compliment. Most people wouldn't know that.
Yeah. If you are called a cunt, then you're a mate. Basically.
If you're a cunt, then you're a mate.
Yeah.
But if you're a mate, you're a cunt.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Is every cunt a mate? Or are all mates cunts? What about fucking legends and fucking weapons?
They're good. They're good people.
Good.
Yeah. So a legend would be a legend. What if someone is like a legendary sick fucking cunt?
That's like Chad Wesley Smith.
That's as
That's
good as it gets.
That's the top of the top.
But can someone be such a cunt that
You call them a dog cunt.
a dog cunt?
Yeah.
So that's a bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the bad ones.
So a sick fucking cunt
Good
is
ones?
a good one.
Yeah.
A dog cunt
They're the bad
is
ones.
a bad one.
Yep.
Okay. What are some other good Australian insults?
Insults.
Insults. I don't know.
I'm a nice person. I don't really.
Yeah.
I
dish
don't
out
insult
that many
people.
insults.
I guess if your compliments are calling someone a sick fucking cunt,
you,
Yeah.
you got none.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just a dog cunt. If you
Yeah.
call them a dog cunt.
They're the ones
Okay.
that we use mostly.
All right. Yeah.
Or a shit cunt.
Shit
Shit
cunt.
cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Shit
feel
cunt.
like shit cunt is
Yeah, you're a shit cunt.
more commonly used.
Okay, then dog
Yeah.
cunt.
Yeah.
Okay.
It comes like if you do something, like if you betray someone. A shit
Yeah.
cunt, you're just a shit cunt. You're just a.
What about if you're a crumb?
I've never heard that. A crumb.
A crumb.
Like a
yeah,
bread
like
crumb.
A bread crumb.
Like you're
it
nothing.
just fell off.
Yeah.
Into the ground.
Put you in the rubbish.
Yeah.
Sweep you away.
All right. So if you have any Australian people and they're calling you crumbs or dog cunts or shit cunts, and the cunt ones you might get confused because you might think, oh, he's calling me a cunt. That's
okay.
Like people in America, I think enough people in America know that Australians use cunt as a term of endearment.
Isn't it really bad over there?
It is.
Like the worst.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough one. It's a pretty rough one.
Mm.
Like there'll probably be half the listeners have already turned this off just because I've said it so many
I was
times.
actually
Introduced
gonna
with
ask,
it.
I was going to ask at the start, are we allowed to swear? But clearly we are.
Clearly.
All right, so moving on from our Australian slang analysis, but I want to come back and I want to get some more terms.
I'm sure they'll come up.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to use some as we go. Like I said, I've been over here to compete in Australia 4 times because it is, I think, a great powerlifting culture, and there's really 3 things that stand out to me in Australia. Is that you guys have big meets, maybe the best big meets, like the ones you're going to compete in tomorrow, Pro 10, which I've done 2 of those meets. So I want to talk about the big meets. I want to talk about big nationals, even states and nationals, as I know that's a big part of the culture. And then I guess as sort of part of that, the thing that I feel really sets Australian powerlifting apart from American powerlifting is unified competition. That up until recently, with all the PA drama, it was really just two main federations. I guess now it's one main federation and a bunch of people wondering what they're going to do. But in the GPC where you guys compete, I mean, 99% of the competitors are in knee wraps, and everyone's at a monolift. I mean, bare knees is the other option, right?
No,
But,
there's no like acknowledgement between
oh yeah.
knees and
just knee
lower.
wraps, like
Yeah.
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 And
So-
that's
If
raw.
you're not using them, you just said it.
Just a percentage. Yeah.
So let's first start with the idea of the big meets. How many pro raws have you guys competed in?
I've done 4.
4.
Yeah.
I've done 3, I think. Yeah.
I've done 2 at 110 and this will be my 4th. 2 at 110 and 2 at 95.
Oh yeah, because you were lifting at 100 before. I was like, when the fuck were you 110? Yeah. So why don't you explain what pro raw is?
Sorry.
Hold on. It's professional, Mike. It's
Yeah.
professional.
I don't know. How would you explain it?
I would probably just say it's just a collaboration of like, well, it's an invite only basically. So you're invited if you, I don't know how Marcos goes about it, but if you total a certain number or within a certain weight class, or you're the best of your weight class at under 82 in GPC, then you'll get invited for under 80s. But I guess he works on like, this is the minimum total for the 80s, this is the minimum total for 95. So it's basically the best from not only Australia but around the world, because as you know,
Yeah.
he invites internationals a lot too.
And there's different weight classes. There are only five weight classes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So under 80, under 95, under 110, under 125, and then over 125.
And a 2-hour weigh-in.
Yep.
So that makes it unique.
Yep.
Then and that was done, not to speak for Marcos, but I guess I know he did that to try and force more competition.
Yeah, definitely.
And as being pro raw champion, you win pro raw, you're walking around Australia like, I mean, you're a sick fucking legendary tent of a weapon. And but yeah, it has a lot of prestige to it,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Yeah,
it's the only comp in Australia too which has prize money, which I think is a fairly big deal, because there's not many competitions around the world that do, apart from the US Open, and I can't really compare it because I haven't been there. How would you compare it size-wise to pro raw? Not talking like quality of meat or anything, but total competitors.
Total competitors last year, I want to say it was maybe 100 lifters.
Okay.
Somewhere in, probably maybe 110 lifters, like 70 men, 40 women.
Yep.
Something like that. 75 men, 35 women.
But they just use regular weight classes, don't they?
Regular weight classes, and then just knee wraps for the, I mean, you can wear knee wraps, so if you're trying to win $40,000, you're probably wearing knee wraps.
Yep.
But so with so many international lifters coming over, how do you think that has affected the development of powerlifting in Australia?
I think it's definitely made us pick up our game up, because I mean, you only have a certain amount of competition in Queensland or in Victoria or in Australia, and those competitors that you always compete against are either going to slowly creep their numbers up, or they're going to stagnate, or they're going to stop, or whatever. So you know who your competitors are, sort of how strong they can get. But when you're versing someone from overseas, it's sort of like, oh, this is a surprise.
Yeah, it's pushing a lot of like the top people. So
Yeah.
yeah, like Will Crozier is like at the top of the 110s, but now you've got Tom Martin coming over.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
they tried to get Caleb Willem over to verse to push Pat. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So-
it definitely pushes us. I think it's really good. I mean, the other option for us is to obviously travel over to the US Open, and I mean, it's much the same. It's expensive for the internationals to come here, and it's expensive for us to go there. So it's sort of like, what's the reward? You sort of got to weigh it up a bit. Like, I know I eventually want to do the US Open. It's just a matter of time. Or if I just hear that Yuri doesn't do it, then I might have a chance on Wilkes.
A little bit more like a working time.
Yeah. So it would definitely be. I definitely want to experience it because I want to lift with internationals and a lot of internationals. So.
And then the other big meet in Australia, big dogs.
Yep.
You guys have only experienced as fans, obviously, as you're more medium-sized dogs. But,
Little dog.
Yeah, not dog cunts. Not dog cunts. As a fan of powerlifting, because you guys are lifters, you're coaches, but you're also fans. For that first Big Dogs lead-up, kind of what was the vibe in Australian powerlifting working towards that meet?
I think it was really exciting. Yeah. Like seeing, I mean, you have that initial list which is like 20 or I think we spoke about this, like 20 or 30 long, and then you end up having 7. It's sort of, but I mean, you know, there's powerlifting. Some people get injured, some people pull out, but it's really, especially for the fans here, they froth over like big internationals come like yourself, like Andre, like you Sean Doyle, Dan Bell, like all those guys.
Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad, everyone just, because all they do is see videos. Yeah. And they're like, I'm never going to see them in real life. I'm never going to see them lift. And then you have them come to like one of your own states in your country. It's really exciting. I think it's exciting for us, but I think it's more exciting for other
It's
fans.
exciting because you know how like far they've come. So when you see them in the flesh, it's like, we just feel like we're so far away.
Yeah. And you see their training, you know, you see some lifts every now and then, but you never get to see them actually lift in comp. And then like you get to go backstage, so maybe to Big Dogs.
No, I didn't. I'm not.
So it's like for me, it's good to like go backstage and see how they warm up, you know, see all their little procedures and stuff, I guess, that they go through. So yeah, it's good. It's really good.
And then the other part of Australian powerlifting that I think really sets it apart, as I mentioned, is this unified competition and the process of states into nationals. So in Australia we have Queensland, New South Wales,
ACT.
That's Canberra. Yeah. Victoria, and Western Australia.
Yep. South Australia.
And
something.
South
Okay.
Yeah. That's where Pat's from.
And so there's a big state meet at each of those levels, and is that required to go on to nationals?
Yeah. So there's a.
So you can do. So yeah, you do have to do like a state level comp. So there's states, but then like in Melbourne, you've got the Melbourne Cup.
Okay.
You've got the Winter Cup, Summer Classic.
Spring Cup in Queensland you can do to qualify as well. So it's basically a qualifying sanctioned comp that you have to do. It doesn't necessarily have to be states.
But states is the biggest.
Yeah, definitely.
So you actually have to do a powerlifting meet to qualify for nationals.
Yeah.
This may be surprising, but that's actually a novel concept in the United States. A lot of the meets is just a qualifying total, or even for the biggest nationals, the USAPL, our IPF affiliate, it's 1,200 lifters the past 2 years. You could use your previous nationals qualifying total for that nationals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I think now they go like maybe podium or first place gets automatic qualification from the previous year.
Yeah, so first place gets automatic qualification, but then
everyone else and there's a certain amount of spots. So I think they just want to
set like it's only pretty much one flight of each weight class.
Yeah, so it might be like 15 or something, but I think they just want to narrow, like you said, if there's so many lifters, like 1,200 lifters, or you know, let's say they get 400 lifters to a nationals, they want to keep it within 3 days and run, you know, perfectly. They don't want to be running till midnight, like I know some comps have been, not GPC ones, but other ones. And they just want to keep it structured and organised, basically. So I think it's a good way to do it. No, and then there's a lot of competition, you know.
It makes it a real accomplishment to have made it to nationals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Where a lot of the meets in the US, it's not a particularly high.
You can just go in, sign a piece of paper, and you're sweet.
And if you have 1,200 lifters at it, can't be that competitive. So as over here in Australia, when you guys see American powerlifting and you're seeing the videos and everything, kind of what's your opinion of what's going on over there? Do you see stuff you probably see stuff that you think is great. You see stuff that you're like, what the fuck are these shit cunts doing? So what's something you think Australia really thinks positively about American powerlifting you guys like about it?
I think a lot of Australians think that American powerlifting is probably more superior. Like I think there's a lot of stronger athletes over there than what there are here. Well, that's sort of my opinion. I just look at them all. I'm like, oh, look how many strong powerlifters there are over there. Like you have, Kevin Oak, Larry Wheels, Dan Green, yourself, Dan Bell, like we were saying, Sean Doyle.
I used to be a powerlifter.
Now you're athletic.
Well, I don't know about that. Fat-letting.
But yeah, I think that's just my opinion. I see a lot of elite powerlifters over there. I don't know why. I guess maybe you guys.
Just bigger population.
We have a
Yeah,
lot
that.
more people than you.
Yeah. Well, and I guess you got to an elite level faster than what Australia did, and then we're sort of catching up. I guess. I don't know.
How long has raw powerlifting been in the States?
I'd say I started powerlifting in 2010, and maybe 2008, 2009 was really when there started to be some decent amount of raw competitors.
Yeah.
But even the first couple of meets I did were these SPF Pro-Am meets, like Westside, Big Iron, all that kind of stuff. So I was by far in the minority competing in knee wraps.
Yeah.
And it was competing against multiply lifters, just not wearing multiply.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably 9 years.
I reckon for Australia, it's probably
2012 was the first raw GPC Nats anyway.
Yeah, but like since we started getting decent lifters, probably 2015.
Yeah.
Maybe 2014. Like that's when we saw powerlifters start to come up. Like you had Ricky Goodyear. Ricky. Yeah, he's sort of done his own thing now, which is good. Like he had a pretty bad back injury, but guys like Stenzel, Deacon, myself, Morrison, Christos as well, young Christos.
Who are some maybe if you had to pick, let's pick one lightweight, one lighter weight guy, one heavier guy, and maybe a female lifter that American powerlifting fans should know who they are.
Critta has to be one. As one.
Thanks,
Well,
mate.
he's not going to say himself. So.
What are your best lifts, Critta?
Best squats 300, best deads 300, best benches 175 at under 75, 80-ish, whatever.
Yeah.
Medium to heavy, I'd probably say.
Will Crozier.
Yeah, Will Crozier
Yeah,
actually.
or Ryan Williams, I reckon.
Ryan, Will, those two. They're real strong. Like Ryan will get close to 1,000 at Pro Raw.
He's
Will,
opening on 9:30.
Yep.
So
So that's nearly better than what he totaled at Nats.
And he's a 125.
He's a 125.
125,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Will's is he going on the 125? No, he's on 110.
110.
110, yeah.
Yeah.
So and he'll probably
biggest
total.
neck ever.
Yeah, I reckon.
Biggest neck, biggest
So
traps.
thick.
Yeah.
I think he'll total 950 plus,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know, but yeah, I think and female. You got
You sort of have
Jen,
to do the same weight class thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's too many. Like
Jen Smith.
Jen Smith. Although Laura beat Jen
yep,
today. So.
Cleo, like this, and that Maori chick who squatted 290, Cheryl, I think. Her name
Yeah,
is.
so
Yeah.
you've got Laura who
Lightweight.
Yeah, she went 220, 115, something like that, and then like a 185 deadlifter under 60 today,
Yeah.
and then you've got
That's a very odd squat to deadlift ratio for
Yeah.
a 60 kilo woman.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It used to be a
Cheryl-
lot worse. Yeah, she
Cheryl
used
was
to deadlift
the-
like 140,
The heavyweight, and she
squatted 290,
290.
benched 105, and deadlifted 230.
Yeah, 230.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's and she's like a novice. Like she hasn't
Yeah.
done that many
It's the first
powerlifting
time I've
comps.
ever seen her today.
Yeah, I
So-
saw her at like a spring cup, or it was a comp at Scott Watson's gym, and everyone was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Like, she's such a freak. Like, obviously in a good way, but yeah, it was crazy, man. How strong she was. No one knew about her. So, and I'm sure there's heaps of them like in America too. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of up and coming lifters, I reckon. Especially your client as well.
Amelia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just watched her. So there's so many, man. Like when you think, is that it? There's like the next year there's 2, 3, 4, 5 more lifters that come through that you're like, where the fuck do they come
Yeah,
from?
exactly.
I think probably the heavyweight men are probably a bit more well known because of big dogs.
Yeah.
But the guys that I've
G,
competed against,
Big G.
Odell Manuel.
Yep, Odell.
Which has come back meet this weekend.
Yep,
Like 2
yep.
years since he's competed.
Yep,
Alex Simon.
yep.
Phenomenally
Who's
strong.
given up, I think, now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Well,
did. He won. Oh wait, no, he got the
No,
all-time
total?
Australian
Yeah.
No,
total.
yeah, total.
and then now he's trying to get in the
UFC. Yep.
So
Big G, like
Yeah.
Dwayne's, he's only getting stronger like every week.
Dwayne is awesome, nicest guy.
Yeah, Dwayne's awesome.
The
He's a fucking mad cunt, sick cunt.
definite sick cunt. And Dwayne, he was a rugby player before,
Yep.
or a footy.
Gridiron, yeah.
Gridiron. He went to the US.
So,
He went to US. Did a lot of education stuff over there too.
Yeah, gridiron is American football.
Yep.
So and they had like never seen him really play football here though.
No.
They'd just seen him lift and
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
And then they brought him over there to try out for the Detroit Lions, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what team.
I don't actually
yeah.
know. I just know they went to the US, but yeah, I'm not sure the details. But
And then I hear this young guy tomorrow or Sunday, Dylan Hellriegel from Western Australia.
Oh, I haven't
Going to be
seen-
very
because
impressive.
I listened to the Beers with Chad thing, and then
yeah.
one of his, like a guy that's doing his programming or something like that, came into the gym that night, and he was showing me like training videos of this guy because I'd never seen him before that.
Yeah, he's 22 years old, 6'7". Henry told me he pulled 382 on his last
What?
hard training.
It was
So
easy too.
Holy
Yeah.
shit! I didn't see these videos.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know about
They
it.
reckon he's gonna go like 370, 240, and then like 400.
Jesus Christ.
yeah, a lot of very, very strong guys for sure. Well, we got to get towards this seminar I need to give here in a little bit. But coming up, Jug Life events next weekend will be in New York. Jug Life Live in Queens on Friday and then in Long Island on Saturday. Still space available for the Long Island event. So events section at store.jtsstrength.com. Friday the 13th, April 13th, we'll be in Oakland at CrossFit Oakland for Jug Life Live. Subscribe to our YouTube, 3 videos a week. Always proud of that stuff. And if you want to lift like Alex Deken, Australian national record holder, you could visit juggernautcoaching.com, where we have coaching for powerlifting, weightlifting, super total, power building, and strongman. Then where can people find out more about you guys? Follow you on Instagram and social media.
Yeah, just on Instagram for me. So just Alex Deken, DEKENPL. So
And mine is just Critta, CRITTA_.
All right. And as always, I'm Chad Wesley Smith, at Chad Wesley Smith and at Juggernaut Training on Facebook and Instagram, filling up your newsfeed all day. This was the Jug Life. Hopefully the sound turned out okay here from PTC South Melbourne in Melbourne, Australia, on the eve of Pro Raw 10 at the Arnold, Australia. So good luck to both of you boys.